It was almost midnight. The moon was hiding behind thick clouds, and the smell of burnt wood still lingered in the air. At the very edge of the village, beside a silent river, stood an old cremation ground. People said no one should go there after dark, but Rahul did. Rahul had always been the brave one. When his friends challenged him to spend one night inside the cremation ground, he laughed. "Ghosts aren't real," he said. With a flashlight in one hand and his phone camera recording in the other, he stepped through the broken iron gate. Ash covered the ground. Half-burned logs lay scattered everywhere. The wind suddenly stopped, and an unnatural silence swallowed the place. Then he heard it, a whisper. "Rahul?" He froze. Slowly he turned around and flashed his light into the darkness. Nothing. He forced himself to breathe. "It's just the wind," he muttered. He walked deeper inside. That's when he noticed something strange. One of the funeral pyres was still smoking. There hadn't been any cremations that day. The thin smoke began to twist and rise into the shape of a shadow. Rahul's phone suddenly shut off. The screen flickered back on for a second, displaying only one message: "You should not be here." His throat went dry. Behind him, footsteps. Slow, heavy. Step, step, step. He spun around. A figure wrapped in white cloth was standing several feet away. Its face was hidden. Its body moved slowly, unnaturally, toward him. And then he saw the eyes. Glowing red in the darkness, Rahul ran. He ran as fast as he could, but the cremation ground seemed endless. No matter how far he went, he kept returning to the same broken tree, the same cracked stone platform. It was like the place was trapping him. Breathing heavily, he stopped. That's when he noticed an old mirror lying on the ground. A mirror in a cremation ground? Shaking, he picked it up and looked at his reflection, and screamed. The face staring back at him was not his own. It was burned, blackened. The skin melted and cracked. Smoke seeped from empty eye sockets. And then the reflection smiled. "You burned me," it whispered. Rahul dropped the mirror. "I didn't kill anyone," he shouted into the darkness. But deep inside he remembered, 1 year ago. Late at night, he had been driving too fast. A man appeared suddenly in the road. Rahul hit him. Instead of helping, instead of calling for help, he panicked and drove away. The man died, and his body had been brought here, to this cremation ground. Suddenly, flames erupted around him. The ash-covered ground cracked open and burnt hands began clawing their way out. The white-clothed figure stood directly in front of him now. Slowly, the cloth fell away. The body underneath was charred beyond recognition. Flesh hanging, bones exposed. Empty black holes where eyes should have been. Its voice was dry and broken. "Tonight, you burn." An invisible force grabbed Rahul by the throat. He struggled, gasping for air. The flames grew higher, surrounding him completely. He screamed. But no one outside the cremation ground heard a single sound. The next morning, villagers found a body lying in the center of the cremation ground. The face was burned beyond recognition. The eyes were gone. The police said it must have been an accident. But there were no burn marks on the ground, no signs of fire. Only ash, and on the old stone wall, written in gray dust, were the words, "Justice is never burned." Even now, if someone walks past that cremation ground after midnight, they sometimes hear footsteps in the darkness. Step, 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 and a whisper carried by the wind. "You burned me."